So I'm going to come with an extremely bold statement. And the statement is that ChatGPT vanilla version is dead boring. If you go to ChatGPT and ask it to write a blog about any subject and you click enter, character return, then somebody like me are going to be able to recognize that it was written by ChatGPT in 20 seconds. I see these blogs everywhere, these articles, I see these comments and status updates on Facebook, Twitter, wherever I go. I recognize them in 20 seconds. That is because you need to look at ChatGPT as a foundation. Because ChatGPT was created by vacuum cleaning more or less the entirety of the internet. So it becomes like the smallest common denominator of like everybody. Which means that it's like the middle of the road thing, period, dead boring, absolutely no flavor, no color, no persona, no whatsoever. However, if you prompt engineer ChatGPT, you can actually make it do insanely interesting things, incredibly amazing things. But you need to prompt engineer it, right? That's what you need to do. You need to truly understand the concept of prompt engineering, because what you're doing then is that you are building up a context on top of which it answers questions. Now, if you're an average company or an average person or an average whatever, you actually have that context already pre-existing. Either as a bunch of, status updates on Facebook or tweets or blogs or articles you wrote previously for some magazine or whatever. Now, if you, for instance, take any one of those articles and then you write context, capitals, and then you paste in the whole article. Then you click 2 character returns, and then you write, or above the context, preferably maybe, answer the following requests given the specified context. Then you can actually modify ChatGPT such that it actually uses your particular flavor, your particular way of phrasing yourself in its answer. So what companies like we are doing, iNiro.io, and there are hundreds of us out there, right? Custom GPT, iRosario. There's like hundreds of them out there. What we're doing really is that we're building up a database, good old-fashioned SQL-based database. And then when people are asking questions to our prompt, which works as a proxy, so you have the user here, you have ChatGPT here, and then you have us here, serving as a proxy in between the user and ChatGPT. What we're doing, we're taking that database and then we're doing a semantic search using the embeddings API of OpenAI to first calculate the vector, 1280 dimensions, typically if you're using the correct model. And then we're using that vector to calculate the dot product, meaning the similarity between that particular question, every single answer that you have in your SQL database. Then we're choosing like the top 5 or something. Typically we're doing tokenization to calculate tokens, and then we have like some maximum amount of context tokens. The default for us is 2000. And then we're using that context as the context. So when you're asking our chat, and you can actually test this out yourself, go to AINIRO. Think Robert De Niro. Except it's not Robert De Niro, it's AINIRO.io. ainito.io. You go there, you click that blue little robot in the bottom right corner, you ask it, who's got the best ChatGPT based website chatbot? Right. And you will immediately understand what I mean. And the reasons is because we created that context based upon scraping your websites, or for that particular chatbot, our website. So we scraped our websites. We ended up with a SQL database of like hundreds of different training snippets. That's what we refer to these guys as internally at Ainito. Then the guy asks a question, we vectorize that question, we compare the dot product between that question's vector and every single training snippet we have in that particular database for that particular model, which we call it. It's not 100% accurately described to use the word model, but it doesn't matter. And then we're finding the bubbling ones at the top. Okay, the top 5 ones, 2,000 tokens, 8,000 characters. Then we're sending that to ChatGPT, and then we're telling it, answer this question given this particular context. Boom. This takes away the boring part. This takes the vanilla ChatGPT that's like dead boring. I cannot emphasize this strongly enough. ChatGPT is boring. It removes the boring part and instills a persona into ChatGPT, reflecting as a mirror back using the same style of writing, the same wording, the same elements of phrasing sentences back to the caller, allowing you to use your existing data to create a mirror of your website that serves as an AI chatbot whom you can ask questions to, that will answer those questions in the style of your existing website or training data or whatever. We have support for XML files, JSON files, YAML files, PDF files, in addition to scraping websites, of course. And this makes the boring ChatGPT becomes like, yeah, the super cool Jimi Hendrix type of ChatGPT wearing purple fleece jackets, cowboy hats, and God knows what, playing the guitar with his left hand. Now, when you are using ChatGPT yourself, you should use similar constructs. If you want ChatGPT to, for instance, write a blog for you, then you should take 2-3 of your previous blogs, just paste them into the prompt and tell it to, hey man, write a third blog based upon these 2 blogs with the title of whatever. Then it becomes interesting. Anyways, thank you for listening. Thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends, and comment, please, if you can. YouTube algorithms loves comments. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.